It's very odd for me to be here, actually, tonight, because the story of Anne Frank is one that was part of a series of monologues that I did when I started out on Broadway, because I had taken a trip to Amsterdam. Everyone in the US as a kid is given this book to look through. Everybody, Catholic, Jew, doesn't matter. And I often thought, that I would be able to do this, that I would be able to find some heroic bone in my body, because that's what distance does to you. Distance makes you think you can do anything. And the older you get, and the closer you get to the monsters of the world, you start to realize that there is a yellow streak down each and every one of our backs, except for some people who are extraordinary. I've always wanted to be near an extraordinary person, and I'm getting the opportunity now, and for that I'm eternally grateful. Heroes, there's not a lot of them. There's tons of wars, though, always have been. If you look back to the history of mankind, that's always been there. And see, we can sit here and it's really easy. It's really easy because it is far away. I loved hearing you talk because people do think of it as far away. So then it's something you say, wow, that's really terrible. And then you go to bed. But if you've lived it, you know it. Children live it every day. In the United States, in Rwanda, Uganda, Israel, all over the world. So when you start to feel really comfortable, take a moment and think about Miep Gies. She didn't really think about being extraordinary or doing anything out of the ordinary. It just was something that needed to be done for people she cared about. That's a big thing. Can any of us say that we're ready to do that? Can you say you would lay down your life for me? Can I say the same about you? I don't know. I hope it's a question that I never have to answer, because I don't know if I have the cojones. You know this word? I think you do. So, the Righteous Among the Nations Award. It's wonderful sounding. It's not nearly enough, though, because war still goes on. It's the highest award given by the Center for a person who's gone above and beyond the call of duty to save the lives of others and being fully aware of the consequence of risking his or her own life to do so. If I could drop to one knee, I would do this for you. Thank you so much for showing us it's possible to be done. President Clinton sent you a letter, Miep Gies, which I will not read because it's your letter. You read it when you want to. But I have this gigantic award to give you. It's much bigger than both of us, so please, come.
Ladies and gentlemen, Frau Schindler, dear Zedler, I sincerely thank the Simon Wiesenthal Center for inviting me and for the great honor bestowed to me. I am deeply moved by the warm welcome you all extended to me. Many prominent people gave the precious time to be here tonight. I understand their presence expresses a deep concern about the absence of the tolerance in our world. I also consider it a pledge to help the Wiesenthal Center in its efforts to change this sad situation. Therefore, we should remember the victim of the Holocaust. I myself always think of Edith Frank, her daughters Margot and Anne, the family van Daan with son Peter, and the dentist van Dussel. These were the names Anne gave them. Their true names were Van Pels and Pfeffer. Also the helpers got other names from Anne, except for me. Why did she decide to use my own name? The answer, I will never receive that, but it touches me very much. It gives me the feeling that she felt too close with me to alter my name. Including Jan, my husband, we were a total of 5 helpers. Each had his own task. In the morning, I had, as first one, to enter the hiding place in order to pick up the shopping list. When I came in, nobody would speak, just stood in line and waited for me to begin. An awful moment for me, because it reflected the dependence on us, the helpers. They would silently look up to me, except for Anne, who in a cheerful tone used to say, "Hello, Miep, and what is the news?" What struck me most about Anne's was her curiosity. She asked me always about everything that went on outside. Anne was also an extremely charming girl. I say girl, but talking to her gave the surprising impression of speaking to a much older person. The abnormal condition in the hiding place caused her a fast transformation from child to young adult. We did not really notice this because there were all the other things, like the danger and my daily care for 11 people, me and my husband, 8 in the attic, and also a student who we were hiding in our house because he was wanted by the Germans. Every year, on the 4th of August, I close my curtains of my home and do not answer the doorbell and the telephone. It is the day that my Jewish friends were taken away to the death camp. I have never overcome that shock. During more than 2 years, they had to live in a small place. They had little food. They were not allowed to go out. They could not speak to their friends and relatives. On top of that came the fear, every hour of the day. I have no words to describe these people who were always friendly and grateful. Yes, I do have a word, heroes. True heroes there were. People sometimes call me a hero. I don't deserve that, because I told you already that those in hiding were the brave people. I also don't want it because people should never think that you have to be a very special person to help those who need help. I am no hero. I'm just an ordinary woman, no more. I am grateful that I could save Anne's diary. When I found it, scattered all over the hiding place, I decided to store it away, to hand it back to Anne when she returned. I wanted to see her smile when I gave her the diary. Oh, Miep, my diary. But after a terrible time of waiting and hoping, word came that Anne had died. At that moment, I went to Otto Frank, Anne's father, the only one of the family who had survived, and gave him the diary of his daughter. Can you see how this man looked at me? Lost his wife, lost his children, but the diary was there. Otto, in turn, gave it to the world, and I feel that was the right way. Thank you, Anne. You give me one of the finest gifts life ever gave me. Ladies and gentlemen, I thank you with my whole heart for spending this beautiful evening with me. Thank you all.